Thank you for your interest in Tarmin. This presentation is about GridBank and the IBM XIV storage array platform, a winning combination for meeting the challenges of enterprise big data. Since before the dawn of history, mankind has been compelled to communicate information with more permanence than the spoken word. The earliest images drawn on prehistoric cave walls depicted important events and saved this graphical data for future generations. This growth in recorded information roughly paralleled the rise of our population until the advent of the digital information era. Since the web and the proliferation of the Internet of Things, even our garage door openers have started creating data which can be stored, and often needs to be stored somewhere. Large organizations are barely able to add capacity fast enough to keep up, let alone intelligently store, control, and understand it all. However, the recent buzz around big data does not mean big databases. Quite the contrary. The traditional data storage technologies have been largely focused on relational databases, as these structured repositories have led most of the growth in enterprise IT through the beginning of this century. This chart from the IDC shows that block-based storage, the kind most commonly used for structured database applications, is not really growing very fast at all. The real big data growth is not in databases, but in what is referred to as semi-structured or unstructured data repositories and file shares. So we have web server farms, social media, electronic messaging, scientific data acquisition, desktop and mobile applications, and not relational databases are driving the big data phenomenon. However, big data does mean big issues for large enterprises. In information technology departments, data storage capacity requirements are exploding, but overall IT budgets aren't growing nearly as fast, and in some cases they are actually shrinking. How are infrastructure leaders to cope with the complexity and costs of the big data explosion? How are information governance stakeholders, such as legal advisors, human resource managers, and security officers, going to effectively assert their unique needs for control on data in their own organizations? Ultimately, how are business managers going to capitalize on what truly is the total combined knowledge and work product of their entire enterprises, both for controlling costs and maximizing competitive advantages? The answer is, Tarmin and IBM have partnered to produce the solution. GridBank is how to provide structure for unstructured big data. XIV storage arrays are how to store it. The GridBank software represents the fourth generation of grid computing technology with a theoretically infinite scalability. We provide consistency and protection for data with a globally cohesive namespace system and a unique combination of synchronous and asynchronous grid data protection, which automatically adjusts for network performance. The central functions of GridBank are completely policy-driven through an easy-to-use rules wizard setup, which is literally as simple or granular as you require. Once configured, the policy engine manages the grid for you without any periodic maintenance tasks required. Are you interested in leveraging the flexibility and potential cost savings of using the cloud? With GridBank, the sky is no limit at all. We can run in a private cloud, a public cloud, use storage in the cloud, or any hybrid combination of those you can imagine. In addition, any user in the cloud with virtually any client platform can use the power of GridBank. We present a POSIX-compliant cloud file system for Windows, Apple, AIX, Linux, and virtually any web browser. IBM XIV is the perfect storage technology complement for GridBank. It has shown to provide the highest array performance in the marketplace, and like GridBank, is highly scalable to meet the demands of big data, both now and in the future. The unique data distribution and caching features of XIV make it uniquely capable of handling the demands of high growth with ultimate protection against disk drive faults, far exceeding the capabilities of the so-called erasure code object storage competitors. And also, like GridBank, the XIV platform is virtually self-managing, allowing for very low maintenance overheads. The cloud is no problem with XIV's OpenStack support, and big data savvy administrators can manage both the storage and the data from their iPhone devices. The three pillars or feature areas of GridBank are store, control, and understand. For storage, we provide single block instancing object storage for minimum data footprint and a virtualized file system for a common namespace across the entire global enterprise. Controlling data is easy with GridBank. Data elements can automatically be classified as business records using your custom taxonomy, and GridBank can orchestrate the complete life cycle from creation to retention through distribution. The data is also kept highly available and protected by remote replication through our exclusive extensible grid architecture. Our powerful end-user search and custom tagging features, combined with our full MapReduce analytics engine support, allow managers to mine and leverage what has been called dark data for true competitive advantage. GridBank enables highly efficient storage on IBM XIV with built-in variable block size deduplication and compression, while allowing for copying to other storage tiers such as tape. Yet this is all done transparently to the users by providing a consistent virtual naming scheme regardless of where the data actually resides. This affords multiple storage silos to be unified into one management domain. Yet, this consolidation also allows for highly efficient replication to ensure that the data is both protected from loss and accessible no matter what. Because GridBank is natively Windows-based, Active Directory integration is effortless and extensible. The global access permissions follow an object throughout its entire lifecycle. GridBank also provides immutable storage options, often called write once, read many, or worm storage, ensuring records integrity with complete activity auditing and chain of custody reporting features. Complete indexing of over 550 different file types and record classification features are included, of course, for a unique ability to gain insight into data contents. And when combined with our powerful search and tagging technologies, users on virtually any type of client platform can avail themselves of existing intelligence to accelerate their work efforts. We also integrate directly with Hadoop standard big data MapReduce tools to extend data analysis capabilities to the largest pool of knowledge in any enterprise, the unstructured data stores. Here's an example of what an actual integrated GridBank and XIV storage architecture would look like. All of the data currently residing on Microsoft Exchange, SharePoint, or file servers, including Windows, AIX, Linux, or any NFS server, can be automatically migrated, globally named, indexed, compressed, and encrypted by the Tarmin GridBank grid and efficiently stored on IBM XIV storage arrays. The data can then be automatically replicated over any TCP/IP connection to a remote or cloud-based segment of the GridBank grid, providing both data protection and additional performance for the grid users as a whole. We can aggregate cloud storage into our pool as well for added flexibility. The APIs and Hadoop file services running on GridBank provide a unique introspective connection for InfoSphere Big Insights, which can now provide an enterprise-wide total data ecosystem analysis toolset. The datasets and intelligent management functions provided by GridBank can be presented to virtually any client anywhere in the world over any internet connection. Because of our incorporation of industry standard protocols, the data presented by GridBank looks just like any other folder in the user's interface. We do offer client agents for accessing the unique special features of GridBank, but they are not necessary. Users and applications can continue to use ingested data just as they always have for a totally non-disruptive platform integration. GridBank and XIV storage arrays from IBM are based on the same premise, that grid computing is the only way to store, control, and understand big data. Using GridBank allows IT managers to consolidate all their data, structured or unstructured, onto the XIV platform for maximum benefit. Using the unique distributed workload methodology of GridBank, even remote servers with their isolated pockets of dark data can be consolidated into a single XIV environment for one completely integrated information governance solution. This enables enterprise managers to gain immeasurable competitive advantages by having a single environment for analysis of all their organization's data, regardless of the source application or user. Individual users, legal personnel, human resource investigators, records managers, and compliance officers are also provided a powerful toolkit to leverage the entirety of enterprise information. IBM XIV and Tarmin GridBank. It's a winning combination for big data. Thank you for your interest in Tarmin GridBank and IBM XIV storage. Please visit our website at tarmin.com for more information.